yo, yo, mom, you doing part 3 again? But nah, but yeah, nah, I'm just waiting for my fast too. That's crazy. Mommy, I haven't ate solid food in 3 days. That's lit. Look, my stomach went back down. I'm back to normal. But then after this, I'm gonna go. Yeah. As soon as 12 hits, I'm gonna order everything. And that's not big city too. My check is looking nice. Yeah. Yeah. Nah.
You gonna leave Zeus right here? Like you gonna put him over there so you can see him?
He gonna be barking.
No.
No, that's why he was over there because I had him and he was barking so loud.
Oh,
So I had to pick one.
oh, that's what. Ooh, so you just that.
Yo, D. Huh? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I posted it. I'm gonna do the caption. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah. Going to their world. Yeah, nah. That happens to me all the damn time. Nah, I'm gonna wait
I
for them to come. Yeah, go ahead. Do you think?
I feel like I struggle with speaking other people's language only because of some of the issues I had myself with communicating, right?
Mm.
So it's like it's hard for me to speak your language when it was hard enough for me to be able to figure out the language on my own. You know?
Yeah.
So
And it's funny too because when I tell people, I was like, that's what makes me a wild card because I consider myself, I have several names, the bridge, the translator, the mouthpiece. So it's like, that's my gift. My art is language and communication, right? So it's like, that's why I'm going to be able to be an executive for artists, but not, F them over or able to speak their language. And on the flip side, be able to sell the
right,
artist to people who don't speak that language because I speak
right.
both of y'all languages. You know what I'm saying? So,
What kind of leader can you be if you don't understand perspectives? What kind
and,
of
and
real leader can you be if you don't understand someone's language and
and it's
adjust?
so funny because people on the outside looking in, somebody would say that I'm closed minded. It's like, no, I'm strong. But you think strong, you equate closed mind with strong, and that's a you thing because that's dumb.
Right,
Just because I have strong uh point of views that took years to develop. Let's not be
right,
hasty. It took years to develop because I don't react. I don't have opinions based off of emotion. So it takes longer to prove it to myself. So that now I'm saying it out loud, right? So if I
right,
had, I'm gonna basically I'm gonna stand 10 toes on my research until someone tells me something that's more compelling. Then I'm the first one to be like, you're right, we're doing it this way. The first
right,
person, right? When I was younger, people say, oh, you never think you're wrong. I mean, you never think you're wrong. You always think you're right. I'm like, no, I think I'm right about things that I'm right about. Because I
right.
don't speak unless I think that I'm right or I have done the research, which is the
Or you're
difference
right,
between others.
and you're right about the things that are right from a logical sense. Because I remember you said in the last live is 2 plus 2 is not 7 some days, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always 4.
It's always
So it's
four.
like I'm right about the things that are not emotional. Like if we're talking from a logical sense, I'm right because it's right already. All I'm doing is just relaying.
Bro, yo, this is why you my dude, bro. I swear, because it really be that simple. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, you gotta be. I'm like, first of all, I'm an artist, bro. I understand perspective more than you do. First of all, how my brain even operates. It operates that way. I'm a mastermind. My brain already operates from several viewpoints at once. So that's just funny
Right.
when people tell me. I'm just like, if only you knew, but you don't know me, so that's why I'm not taking it to offense. I was just gonna laugh, right? But then people say, "Oh, he's condescending because he's laughing." I'm like, I'm laughing because you just don't know. It's like, how are you now dictating?
Right.
Right now, we're talking about narcissism and condescending. Now you're trying to dictate how I respond to you after you just tried to dictate how I'm supposed to express myself. So it's like, so at what point do you realize that you're actually the narcissist? You're actually the condescending one. You're just using me because it's easy. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Go ahead,
Right.
Ethan. You the man too, man. Facts. Ethan be getting
Well,
bumpy.
the ones that are not easily manipulated are considered the ones that are narcissistic. or filled with ego, because it's like
No.
I'm not letting you manipulate me with whatever it is that you with your emotions, whatever it is. So it's like I'm good on my. That's why we laugh. That's why we laugh. It's because we see the effort, we see the intention. So it's like if I see the intention, I can laugh. I get what you're trying to do.
Right. Or the thing I like to do, I like to act like I don't see, just to see how long you keep it up. I mean, I guess that's
So you
just me
play
playing.
dumb.
Yeah,
You play dumb a little bit.
bro. And it's so funny because it'll be the people that's known you for years thinking that you're actually this dumb. I'm just like, come on, bro. Like,
But bro,
it's too easy at this point.
that's really how you get down to people. Is sometimes you have to play dumb to
Oh
see
wait,
how they break it down.
okay, so KP said, how do you jump into their world? Can we go back to that? Okay, so me personally, because that's a great. I think I probably should expand on that because it's just not something that people can
Right.
do, obviously. So me specifically, I have a thirst for knowledge. Period. So even if something doesn't necessarily go into right, but it all does. If we being woke, it's all interconnected, right? I understand how things are connected. That's why it's easy for me to learn things. That's why it's intelligence. But if I go into your world and I do it not even often, but like make you feel comfortable, you're gonna be more inclined to come into my world, right?
Right.
And now at that point, if you don't do it, now it's like, okay, well now I have to reevaluate. I'm like, okay, is this a situation where it's not reciprocation is not being done? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to go into other people's worlds, you have to know information. Like you have to know a lot of information. I don't necessarily say that information is useless. You know what I'm saying? I'm always keeping it in my memory bank, right? But what I do is I now delete stuff that like all the media, right? So I don't know, like for example, G Herbo and Offset and all this, I don't even know their names, half of them. Like I don't know who's the most popular rapper. So I delete that information and now input information that could be used later on. And then usually the later on be like, yeah, well, I'll do this. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, I know a little bit about that. And then now when I have a conversation with people, now that's how we're conversing. And now you're creating, I'm gonna have seminars about this, but now
Right.
you're creating that avenue. You feel me? You're creating that avenue to now trust. You're creating trust. You're already showing them that you have an interest in what they're saying, right? And because they're talking to you, they're probably or they see you in that light, because that's what usually happens. I talk to people, they think I'm on some ego thing, and I'm just like, I mean, I'm not, but I can't make you see that until I make you see it, which is
Right.
me going into your world, right? Because an egotistical person is not gonna go into someone else's world because it's like, why am I going to your world? I ain't
Well,
you.
unless it's to manipulate them, that's the
Right,
only way.
right,
Which most
right.
people, what some people will try to do.
So if it's not reciprocated, then I think what you're getting at is being open-minded. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
More or less, yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
also speaking someone's language, but also being able to play dumb to your own benefit. I think that's a really amazing
I do
skill.
that
Is
at
like
work.
sometimes you gotta literally just speak like other people just to get through to them. And I like using the skill of like sometimes playing dumb really helps for people to really kind of explain what they mean, because on the surface they might say it, but if I don't acknowledge that it's a interesting idea, they'll look at it like, oh, this guy's an asshole, he's not trying to listen to me, right?
Mhm.
But when I play dumb, I can ask you dumb questions that I know you'll answer. This way I can get a deeper understanding. And dumb is for lack of better terms, obviously, but it helps me get into your world a little bit more so you can explain yourself better so I can see your intention a little bit more.
Yeah. Me personally, because I'm a CEO, so like anyone that I'm talking to, I do my research like on them. You feel what I'm saying? Like, um, I look at what they tweet. I ask them questions, stuff like that. Just so it's not some weird ass encounter when I finally decide to talk to you. It's like,
Right.
just doing your due diligence. But an egotistical person is not doing that. It's like, well, you're talking to me, so you're supposed to have something to say. And it's like,
Right.
no, that's not how
Right.
that works. It's
Right.
like if you want to talk to someone, it's okay to like go into their world a little bit,
Right.
converse, because maybe y'all have like anything. If there's anyone that knows me, and I pretty much had conversations with everybody in this live, we'd talk for hours. It's only because I'm going in my world, your world, someone else's world, and coming back and coming back. That's why we're talking for. Look at this pod. We're
Mhm.
going in everybody in this live's world, plus me and Ferg's world.
Mhm.
That's the only reason we're able to pod for 3 hours, and we can keep going. That's what I'm saying. Ferg, it's up to you. I can do this all damn day because I have, and that's the thing about connections, right? And just think about how the world is, and then think about how the universe is, and then think about how your brain works, right? Neurons are being connected and firing. Information and events work the same way, right? Our brain is the miniature version of the universe, or if for lack of better words, God's brain, right? His thoughts or her thoughts, whatever, it doesn't matter. His thoughts now being personified as us.
Right.
So now, she said, when's the Zoom? So now, when you understand that, you're able to now tap into that, right? Because your mind is an interface. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So when you're able to do that, and you're starting able to make because all the dots are there. You just need to make the connections. Once you're able to understand the connections and why they're being made and why the dots are there, you take that and that's what intelligence is. Intelligence is not, that's why I keep tweeting about this between smart people and intelligent people. Intelligent people have the ability to learn. That's the biggest thing. That's what makes people genius. That's why children are geniuses, because they can learn anything. They can learn 4 languages at a time. You can teach them math, multiplication. You can teach them anything, right? Smart people know shit.
Right.
But they're not able to learn new things. That's why you hire smart people, but you put intelligent people in CEO, innovative positions. That's why you do that.
I think that's kind of what we were talking before about the difference between people who are more structurally sound and then creative people, right?
Yeah.
Because creative people, I guess, are just a little bit more outside the box and less technical.
Yeah.
Which, ironically enough, a lot of liberal people tend to be more creative, and a lot of the
No, I'm not letting you get that one off.
No, I'll explain. It's because, and then also as far as like the left side tends to be a little bit more structured in the sense of creativity is kind of a gamble, when conservatives are more realist and they're more conservative. That's kind of what I mean about it. Not like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they depend. So each side depends on different things.
More or less.
Right. So like the conservatives depend on the what's already known, what's already here. The left kind of depends on, and that's the thing about even thinking about right and left, because both.
I'm not talking about critical thinking. Like when it comes to, I'm not saying that liberals are more creative thinkers or outside the box thinkers. I'm just saying just creative people in general. You know?
Okay,
yeah.
And that's the funny about, because I told people, I said super left, right, conservative, liberal, super. They're actually the same people.
Yeah,
that's why it's funny watching them fight. I'm just like, y'all are literally fighting with yourselves. Like that's literally what you're doing. That's why I had to laugh.
The same exact person, the same personality, the same individual, the same delivery, the same aggressiveness, the same everything. Everything is the same. The only thing that's different is the political view.
I'm just like, son, I'm like, bro, I know some super duper liberal people, and they have a very authoritative way about being liberal. I'm like, that's conservative. That's what you say you don't want.
Right.
It's the same thing. I'm like, bro, but your head's so far up your own ass because you don't know who you are as a person. You can't even recognize that. And then now you bash up, same entitlement. Oh my God, yo.
That's tough.
Yo. Bro, sidebar, I'm playing GTA, right? And the mission is to go to a tech company. The dude says, it's an old dude going in, right? His name's Mike. He goes, yo, go in there and just act entitled. You'll fit right in. Hilarious, bro. I'm sitting here. Now, this game was made how many years ago? I'm like, bro, hilarious. Because that's what it is. It's like, entitlement is like it goes back to what we were saying, I don't know, either the first live or the second live. We was like, it's so funny how people just trying to trick Source into, I deserve this, but don't have it. It's like, it doesn't make any sense.
Like,
you deserve what you have.
Imagining it to be a reality, even though it's not reality.
At all.
Trying to imagine it into existence.
And then now they use the deflection of, well, I create my own reality. I'm like, interesting. I'm like, but you're picking and choosing. You're only choosing that for manifestation, but you're not saying I create my reality when the stuff that you don't like is happening.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's no consistency. It's just a whole
Right.
bunch of flip flopping, and it's a whole bunch of using concepts when you see fit, when you feel like. I'm not sorry, but I can't respect you because it's like there's nothing concrete or consistent.
Right. So
You know what
then
I'm saying? Like,
it's
go
like
ahead.
it's entitlement versus it's entitlement versus what's the word? It's entitlement versus accountability, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
basically what it is. It's like I'm entitled to this and I want to manifest this, but with that same logic, I'm not going to hold myself accountable for some of the other things that are going on.
My mom using my that's crazy. Yo, my mommy in here, y'all. Just so y'all know. Mama Fields, you know
Mama
what's going
feel
on. Stop playing. But yeah, and it's like you're trying to entitle bully your way into things, and it's like that's not how that works. Like,
right.
but then also tweet or put a let things flow and don't force anything. You're
Well, there's
forcing your manifestations. What
right,
are you talking about?
and there's a big difference between entitlement and self worth. That's a very
Mm,
big.
yo. This man going crazy. This man going crazy. Just miss, bro.
It's a big.
Just
It's a
miss.
big. And the difference is the ego. That's really the difference in it.
Facts.
Right.
That's a big fact. And even with ego, because sometimes you and even with ego, like because I got caught up in it. Kill the ego. It's like no. It's you knowing what it is and when it's present, right? That's the first step. And then now knowing when and when not to use it,
Right.
right? That's the deeper, right? So understanding what ego can, because people stop at what ego can do negatively, but then
Right.
they don't go into what it can do positively. And that's the different and that's the whole problem of superficial, not going deeper. And that's why I'm always tweeting,
No
there's always
balance.
more steps. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because sometimes you gotta be like, you sometimes you just gotta get some ego stuff off real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like just real quick. Because if
Right.
it don't, it'll
It's impossible to try to go about having none. Right. Would you say
yeah.
to having zero ego?
You, yes. And
Without bad intention, right?
yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. Because can I
unconsciously
even say
yes, but
because even
not with
yeah,
the egoic intention.
yes. Because even people saying the monks, right? I'm like, but the monks is the ego because you're trying to detach from a world that you're currently in. It's like just relax, bro. You don't have to be a monk. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like people
What?
are put these monks. Yo, bro. I literally was in the kitchen thinking about this. I'm like, bro, monks are egotistical too because it's like I just release all earthly possessions. So I'm like, so then why are you living here?
And I find it weird how they preach a lot of detachment, but the practice has almost no balance because one is super high on the I don't want to say on the pedestal, but that's what it seems like
I don't know
on
if
a
any of
self
y'all
righteous pedestal.
yes, and I don't know if y'all watch Legend of Korra, but that's what it was. The air nomads, right? They made changes because they was like, wait, hold up, this is yeah, y'all are so detached that y'all aided in wiping y'all out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, and that's what I was saying. At the end of the day, we are still human beings. If you so spiritual, then you shouldn't be living here. If you want to detach so goddamn bad, then skedaddle.
Well,
Like,
we see that a lot where people reach the spirituality realm, and then there's like an existential dread because it's like, well, this hurts. Like this is really
mm,
difficult, right? And then people
yeah,
don't know how to tap out of that, how to get back
yeah,
out of that, and that's when I feel like that's when spirituality becomes a curse for some people because there's zero balance.
yeah.
There's
They treat it like a religion,
right.
but also condemning
Or like a
religions.
cult, right? Which what it
Cult.
seems, which what it is. It's what it is. Well,
Mm,
the way that it's portrayed,
yeah.
obviously not its originality, its original
Yeah.
form, but
Its original form is to be original. Ain't that something? It's
it's
to be
ori-
yourself.
it's spirituality is being spiritual, right? In spirit.
Yes, that's it.
What's
There's nothing.
more yourself than being in spirit?
And it's like, well, I got to cop to this and I got to cop to that. I'm like, no, those are just tools, bro.
That's the thing is that people look at the resources as the answer. The
Yeah,
tool is not the answer. The tool is just the tool. How are
right,
you gonna worship the tool? You
right.
know? The tool is just there for you to be able to see things differently.
And I know this is a little bit controversial, but like even the whole NRA saying guns don't kill people, bad people do. That's why, because the gun is the tool, right? Example, right? So let's go to get away from guns. I have a knife in my drawer. I can now cut something. I can cut this. I can cut that, or I can stab somebody. Is the knife evil? No,
No.
no, it's not. But you killed someone. But like, so is the knife about to be prosecuted? No. The answer
Are
is
they
not
going to
taking the
stop?
tool away.
They're not going to stop manufacturing the tools. The tool, exactly. I get what you mean. And with spirituality, it's the most difficult because it's like the characteristics of spirituality become the characteristics of people. It becomes their personality.
Ooh. This man is
And
plotted.
it's not even the real characteristic of what real spirituality is, you know? And we get on this live and we shit up on them a lot. And I think it's rightfully so and rightfully deserved too. Because we're only doing you a favor because that phase is like,
I mean, we're not shitting on them. We just keep it in the stat.
well, they'll take it
I
as that,
mean,
and I hope they do, honestly.
yeah, and that's fine. But then they're just proving our point.
Right.
That's all that is. If they're taking it as we're shitting on them, they're just proving our point. So it's like, oh, see, there it is.
Right.
The truth.
Right.
What I tweet, you can't outrun the truth. And they be
Right.
trying. Social media break this. Social media. I was like, but your whole confidence came from this tool. So now how are you gonna try to break from it?
Right.
What are we talking about here? And that's why I said, right, from 2017, that's when we was following each other because we actually know each other. That's another thing. But
Right.
2017, 2013, I said, yo, it's so funny when people try to say something. My ego is on Kanye. I'm just gonna laugh at you. I said that 2013, bro. 2017, I'm the GOAT. If you with me, we gonna eat. I didn't need this spiritual Twitter people that I've never met before to tell me I was elite.
Right.
I always knew that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't need the social media or external validation to tell me I was elite. And some people here went to high school with me. I was the same way. Loud, speaking my mind. That's the same way. I ain't never changed. If anything, I just evolved. And because I'm doing it, I know other people can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking on that, bro, as far, you know how much backlash and how much shit I received for back in the day for telling myself that I'm a god, for saying that I'm a god?
Yo.
Right, but if you believe in spirituality, you know that that's the fundamentals, right?
Mr. Grimm, facts. And I pressed Mr. Grimm. He ain't want no smoke, gangster. He said, yo, thunder and lightning. So I said, so what's up? He said, you don't want thunder and lightning. I said, nah, I do. What's up? Ain't want no smoke, but yeah. Facts, because Mr. Grimm was one of those people that used fear. Detentions, never got detention from him, gangster. But anyway, he tried to use fear, and that's how you know. I was always like this. I looked at fear and was like, yo, I don't care about that. Look. He said F Mr. Grimm, because they know this dude would try to use those tactics.
Right.
But yeah. Yes, look. Yeah. All the time. He tried to use fear on people. It's like, yo, Miss, what's the softball coach? Biology, Miss, her too. She knew bro, all of the gangster teachers knew exactly who I was. And I was gangster too. Come on, bro. Cause you're not gonna be able to do that with me. I didn't grow up in Catholic high school, so I don't care. All of these rules that I don't know them. I went to public school my whole life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not
So
about to
like,
change your whole personality to fit in.
Yo, and that's when I first got to prep. Like, I was a public school kid, so like I already got looked at as like, yo, why he like this? I'm like, I'm toned down. This is normal.
Right.
Miss Rich, yes, Miss Rich. She ain't want no smoke over here either. The only gangster, I forgot what her name is. She gave me detention. She gave me detention because I always had my hood up because that's when I was bald. I didn't want to have the bean out.
We came a long way, bro.
Yeah, you feel me? And then one of my other teachers, the first teacher said, yo, she had got breast cancer. Shout out to her. I forgot her name. She was like, yo, why do you keep it? Because she peeped, but she's a real one. She was like, your head, she just said nothing about the hood. She goes, yo, you have a beautiful shaped head. Why are you hiding it? I'm like, yo, she got me.
I would have took that as a roast.
Huh?
I would have took that the wrong way. I would have
Only
felt
because,
roasted.
But she was on that frequency, and she was
Right.
Viola. Yep.
Right.
Miss Viola. No,
I would have popped off.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
you
So
mean?
it was like I knew who was real and who wasn't. Like that's the thing about kids, and I be telling people that are gonna have kids, yo, be 100 because the kids are gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna peep. Would have paused there. We wasn't saying pause back then, bro. It was our freshman year. Miss Nicholas once got me drug tested because I walked into class late and I was sick. Oh nah, yeah nah. Catholic high school is OD, especially prep. But I play ball, so that's what I got away with a lot. That's how I know how athletes get away with stuff. I got away with so much because I was, yeah, she had the energy, and then she got prayed for every day, bro. When she was battling that, she came back gangster. Come on, you gotta respect the real, and kids be knowing. That's why I be telling even Mason, right? So I didn't even get to go to my point about allowing creativity. This dude Mason, like he may be annoying, but he's asking questions. We're teaching him how to be intelligent. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's why it goes back to the coddling thing. Stop coddling children. It does not help them, right? My mom, I don't know if I'm gonna see if she's still in here because she'll attest to this. See if Mama Phil's still in here. She in here, right? So my mom she works with a whole bunch of rich white people, right? And they constantly tell her, "Yo, my kid don't know how to do this." My kid, basically telling my mom that their kid, who they raised, is entitled and spoiled. It's just like that was you, bro. You did that. You did that because you was on some kids are incapable. It's like they're not. They just need to be guided. They're
Right.
capable of beautiful things and great things. So you have to be able to one have the patience and two be knowledgeable yourself.
Well,
You
what is
feel?
it based on? Is it based off of the lack of being obedient and being structurally part of everything else? Is that what they're basing it off? Entitlement for you to be able to just be yourself? Was it his lack of being obedient within the classes? Is that what they were saying, or
Um yeah, probably. In Catholic
as
school,
far as
yeah.
being entitled? Like I don't see
Oh,
how.
so entitled meaning to them,
Yes,
to the parents. And it's like, yeah, because you never let them work for anything. You never explain anything to them. It's like they want, oh, I'm gonna spoil my kids. Like everybody's in a rush to spoil their kids. I'm just like, when has spoiled been a positive word ever? When? It's never been. If are you gonna eat spoiled food? No. When we was
oh,
drinking milk, were you gonna drink
oh.
spoiled milk?
I'm
No.
trying to, but I'm trying to get spoiled though. I'm trying to get this new Birkin bag though, Mike. I'm trying to be spoiled. That's how people love me. If I'm spoiled, that's how I know someone loves me.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's goals. I'm
Yo,
trying to
that's
be spoiled.
goals.
Facts.
Yo, Whitestone, cough, cough, JK.
We're
I don't even know.
not even going to touch upon that, but
Yeah, nah,
I
yeah,
see the
we
shade
keeping it.
though. Wink, wink.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. Okay, okay. I just peeped. I just peeped. Look, my mom's laughing upstairs too. That's funny. I guess it just came back. But like, yeah, that's hilarious. But facts though, and it's like that's why. But then at the same time, right? So then now we can really pot and be like, that's how white spoiled people love black culture. Well, what they think is black culture, because it's
Right.
the other side of what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they could be scared of it. You feel me? Not the silver spoon and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
yeah, no, that's shit. That's a whole pod in itself. That right there, just the entitlement and how it leads and connects to either the separation or you can say music connects us. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
It does both at the same time. That's why bro, that's a pod episode in itself, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, nah, but back to Mason. It's funny because my mom's on here is like we allow him to be smart.
But you're
Simple.
saying they said that Mason was acting entitled?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I misinterpreted then.
Meaning no. Meaning like he like he'll what's the word? Like he'll be a smart ass,
But
right?
smartass in the sense of just like asking questions that most people are supposed to
Yeah,
just shut up
trying to get
about.
over stuff like that. But realistically, he's just practicing his own intelligence. He's getting his reps in. He just doesn't know
He's doing his own
the other way
research,
to do it.
basically.
Yeah, he's doing case studies. The
Mm.
only reason why I know he's doing that because that's the hell I used to do, and I used to get in trouble for being a smart ass all the time.
Well, how does that go back to how they limit creativity as well in school?
Absolutely, yes. And sometimes the limit to creativity may not always be conscious, right? Because some people just don't know anything. So, say Mason asks a question about a subject or subjects that a teacher slash adult does not know any knowledge about, instead of them just saying I don't know, they're gonna try to stifle them, right? And I tweeted, I said one of the best things that my mom has had just been 100 with me about. If she didn't know, she said I didn't know, but I can get you the answer. Now, what
Right.
that made me do, that actually made me have or be or be what's the word? Have healthy respect for adults because the respect was given back to me here, right?
Right.
There was no cap. It wasn't, you know. Now my dad, he'll be trying to play around with stuff. He'll say, he'll say, he'll try to cap or whatever, try to see if he get over. And then later on, he'll be like, "Hey man, like I'm just like whatever." You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
my mom, cause and what that made me do is like when someone's younger than me, I'm not on my elder's high horse, cause my mom is never on her elder high horse. You know what I'm
It's the
saying?
patience, the
It's
patience
the
that you need.
patience.
It's what we
It's the
said about speaking people's language as well. So you can't be so self-absorbed in the way that you communicate on your own.
and this is why there's a humongous issue, right? And why, well, um I don't know anymore because I haven't been in it in a while, but the disconnect between the elders and the youngins, it's the respect, but it's both ways. See, the
Right.
elders just think, oh, they have to give me respect and that's it. It's like, no, because the reason why that's not going to work is because younger people have way more resources to actually be by themselves.
Right.
So it's like you can sit here and try to play that I'm on my respect high horse card. There's 14, 15-year-olds that are millionaires.
Right. How much of that lack of respect from the older generation is I guess is justified? Are they trying to portray us as the same way the kids were when they were their age? You understand? It's like, how, or do you feel like they have sympathy for us, for this new generation, or are they just going based off of what they went through?
Yes, based off of what they went through. And
Right.
and I
So they're
recently
not.
and
So it's a whole different.
it's
It's
a
a whole.
lack of understanding, but it's
Right.
also a lack of trying to understand. And what the elders don't understand is like you don't necessarily need us, but it's like there's supposed to be some type of fluidity, right? We want to make sure it's fluid. We don't want to well, that's them. Well, that's that generation. That's that generation. I mean, yeah, that kind of matters, but not really. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So me, especially when somebody calls me big bro or something, I'll never little bro them. None of that. I'll never do it because that doesn't matter. If you want to call me big bro, that's fine. I'll never call you. Even my actual younger brothers, I do not call them little bro
Right.
because it seems like whether they are okay with it or not. I don't ever want to be perceived as I'm playing that elder Trump, like that elder high horse card,
Right.
right? And that's another reason why there's a lot of disconnect between the communities, right? Because there's a lack of respect because somebody got so much ego about, yo, you can be older than me, but I can still know more than you. And
Right.
especially if you don't know my experiences, because as I'm becoming an adult, I'm being I'm coming in contact with other adults who really don't have experiences, but they 40.
Right.
So I'm like, so now you being 40 means what to me? Because
Right.
you've experienced the same stuff over and over again for longer, but I've
Right.
experienced more in my little bit of time
Right.
to the point where I intimidate adults. And me, I'm just like, my mom and dad will tell you, I think they on this live. They'll tell you, I ask them like, yo, mommy, why they tripping? Like, why they even like, what are they thinking? And because my mom knows what I am, and she also know what them dudes are. It's like it's just because you're not dumb. Like you just
It boils down to that. It's literally and age alone is not what equates to respect, right?
no, not at
Respect
all.
is some kind of mutual understanding. Respect is not contingent on age at all.
Yes, by doing that,
That the-
yes, absolutely. By
That's why
doing that,
the older
absolutely.
generation sometimes, like I guess the older ones, they're harder to relate to because I think that they view us all as how it was previously for them. So they
Yeah,
can't really understand the developments in ideas, creativity, social interactions, mannerisms. Like they're so caught up, and I think almost jealous of the opportunity, or even resentful on
Resentment.
on the resources that we're able to have now.
I have someone very close to me that's not in my immediate family, but I have somebody very close to me, a couple of them they resent what I am.
Right,
They resent what I am. But the thing is, I'm like, I'm only using what you sacrificed to give me.
right,
So me, I'm double confused. I'm like, one, why are you confused about me doing better anyway? But two, do you not remember that you gave me this?
wow,
So you feel what I'm saying? Like, yo,
yeah,
it gets real deep. You feel what I'm saying?
right,
It gets real, real deep. And it's like I be telling my mom and my dad, I'm like, yo, trust me, I may be this age, but I can have that very real conversation with a lot of grown folks. A
right,
lot of them. And it's going to be no disrespect because I don't have to. No calling people out their name because I don't have to. I don't have to do none of that. It's
right,
just going to be straight facts. And me not, and me not, because even with us, right? Us just being mild mannered with having these concepts, right? Is already a, whoa, why is he so calm?
right,
Like now it's, well, I'm reacting away, so I want him to react like me. Chill out. What are you doing?
right,
Why are we both about to get each other mad? For what? What does this do?
right,
Right? But you're so used to negativity based off whatever it is, right? Thriving off of it. It's just like, but why? Can we get to the solution? You want to keep reiterating problems. I want the solution, right?
right,
I want to move forward. And with the other generation, some of them, some people have they've quit on whatever it is, their dreams or whatever for so long that
right,
they may not even be able to recognize that I'm you, but I just didn't quit.
right.
Right? You feel what
That's
I'm
where the
saying?
resentment sets in, is because they're aware. So anyone that comes off as powerful, right, or radiant, it's intimidating because it's
Yeah.
like, that should have been me. I shouldn't have limited myself. And I've noticed that, especially in the workplace, is for anyone
Mm.
that's ever worked in corporate America knows that some of the older generation within the workplace are a lot more unforgiving and a lot more strict because of their own misery, right? But it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be miserable with you, you know?
Facts.
Like, just because we landed in the same area doesn't mean I'm supposed to be miserable with you. And it's a tough thing to navigate through because they look at us as lazy, or just not valuable because we don't share the same values as them within the workplace. That's where I found the disconnect most within people older than me, was in the workplace.
Yes. Yes, Hector. Absolutely.
It says, is it this next generation's responsibility to present these ideas and concepts?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
This is look. Hey, I don't
this is
know.
what
I
we're
don't
doing right
know.
now.
I don't know if he's still in here, but the organization that me and my man is creating is for Black creatives, and this is the type of stuff that we're obviously. I'm not limiting myself. I'm here for everybody, but I'm part of a sect. It's called Black Org. That organization's emphasis is on Black, issues and community and stuff like that, right? So instead of me telling everybody go out and vote and doing all this dumb shit, not dumb, I'm actually gonna create a solution, right? So that's how we get out of what we need to get out of.
Right, because
And
identifying problems is not enough. Anyone can
it's
identify a
not,
problem.
it's
You got to
not,
present the solution.
it's not, and not waiting for someone else to present us the solutions. We have to create it ourselves.
Right. There's no victimization, no victim mentalities at the end
Yeah,
of the day. It's
and
because
to go back to what you're saying, so I was just fired on Friday, right? So now, mind you,
congratulations, by the way.
yes, bro, great. Yo, let me tell you how it went, right? It's a beautiful story. So, so this person, I want to say maybe in his 40s, Jewish. He's a Cancer, right?
Oh
Keep that in the
God.
back of your mind. So, off rip, you feel what I'm saying? So off rip, he thinks he's the smartest person. I'm like, what I tell you, I play dumb at work. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play dumb at work so you don't give me more stuff to do, and I'll still get the same amount of money as the next person doing more than me. It's
Right.
just a tactic thing, right? So, he uses intimidation and fear. I was like, one, I'll beat you up, right? Two, the person I was scared of was my father, and he'll beat you up. So it's like you can't come close, right? Because as soon as I'm fired from this job, there's nothing you're gonna do outside of this job. So that's why I don't understand what managers, and it's all my jobs. I've said all of it, right? I was like, bro, just relax because outside of this job, you're not going to do anything. So just
Right.
keep that same respect. You know what I'm saying? So he goes, one day he's furious. He goes, yo, he's going to fire everybody. So I said, if you're going to fire me, go ahead. Like, what do you want me to do with this information? Like, if
Right.
you on that, if you want to fire and do all this other stuff, that's fine. So he goes back like, oh, I heard, you said that you said like, it doesn't really matter if I fire you. I was like, I mean, it doesn't. Ultimately, it's business, it's your decision. I'm just not being emotional about it. Then he
Right.
goes, bust his head because he thinks, right, I'm the dumb black kid. I'm just like, yeah, you're stupid. So he does that, right? So I'm saying I'm doing everything I'm doing. He knows my attitude about stuff. So he fires me. He goes, yeah, you made a mistake, blah, blah. We've had multiple conversations. I'm looking at him like, okay. I go, he goes, we're not gonna be able to move forward. I said, okay. He goes, do you have anything to say to me? I'm just like, wait, so I made this mistake. I made a mistake like this before? He goes, no. I'm like, okay. I go, I mean, well, you said we had multiple conversations. We only had one. This is the second one and I'm fired. So, right, just lying, just trying to make me feel, trying to cancer me to death. Like trying to emotionally manipulate like he's not the bad guy. I'm like,
Right.
one, you don't know that I don't care that you're the bad guy. It's a job. I don't care.
Right.
But that's what he says. He goes, yo, you're intelligent. You have a bright future and you definitely have the confidence. I'm just like,
I didn't want that approval. I didn't need that
bro,
approval.
but I'm sitting here like, I'm sitting here like, wait, are you firing me or is this another interview? I'm like, why are you saying any of this?
Bro, he was setting you free, bro.
Exactly. That's what, bro. I'm sitting here. I'm just like, he goes, because he wanted me to kiss his ass. I'm like, bro, you tried this last time. It didn't work. Why do you think he's going to try now? I don't need this fucking job.
Right.
Like, I had two parents that love me and understand what's going on. I'll be okay.
Right.
I'll be fine. Like, but he's banking on, oh, poor black kid. I'm telling you, and that's where the judgment comes. But look, even everybody listen to the story, right? Even someone judging you, you still can't let it affect you. And that's my biggest thing with my people. I'm like, bro, they can judge if they want to. If it's not stopping you from getting what you want, then it's okay. Let them judge and be stupid.
Right.
It's fine. Look, you see how I don't even Mickey, that's his name. Bro, I'm gonna forget his name in a couple weeks.
Right.
Judging me the whole time. Nobody cares. Good looks for the bread, bro. It's about to jumpstart a whole bunch of other stuff. My nigga, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
especially where the judgment comes from. How could it affect you if where it comes from is not even a solid place, It's not like you're a chef and Gordon Ramsay's yelling at you, then okay, then that time that judgment makes sense. You know what I mean? But if it's someone else, it's like, bro, okay. You feel me?
Yeah. I'm like, all right, 100%. Oh, wait, my bad. I didn't read your. Love that, bro. I got a new job teaching middle school, mostly black and brown children. Been using my platform, help them grow. Yes, they need that, bro.
That's a very big blessing and a very big platform in its own. Because there's a lot of
and Hector's always been a good dude too. Grew up with him.
There's a lot
always been a good dude.
You can never underestimate the power of one good educator because I think all of us have been impacted gratefully by at least one educator in our lives.
Mr. Pooh Jack.
Yeah.
Mr. Pooh Jack. Jesus in film, bro. First person to tell me what Resonate was.
So like you're already in the process of changing the future generation. So like you even having that position is already a step in the right direction, and we're all grateful.
And put it this way, right? So because Hector grew up with Hector, that's dead, my brother. You feel me? That's family at this point. His mom know my mom. He came in here and said hi, mom. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So now, say I'm doing whatever I'm doing, and now you're the principal. Now I'm doing a free seminar to talk to the kids.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Anything, or hosting an event for the kids. You feel what I'm saying? Or directing them to these Outlook and mentorship programs, because that's what I'm in the process of building right now. A mentorship program. We have a little bit more stuff to do, but you feel what I'm saying? This is how, right? It's not just get out and vote. No, this is how we do it, right?
And it goes back to what you said about your communities too. It's like, if you're one of those people that can't make those type of connections, it's like, what are you doing? Like, these are people you've known that you build connections for. So if you don't have any of those, maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're the issue.
And not every and not every connection is let's go get lit, let's go smoke.
Right.
Like, no, bro.
Because
Like,
in reality, that's the only thing people really have in common. That's the common denominator, is that we're both searching for something.
yeah, we're searching
And
for
we found
something,
it
we're
here.
escaping something, or we're addicted to pleasure.
Right. But that's dope. That's a really dope thing, though, bro.
Oh yeah, nah, we got super. Yo, Hector don't even know what we actually got cooked up because I was just on the phone with Mark, bro. It's because because look, if I'm sitting here right talking on my shit on Twitter, talking on my shit on IG Live, and then not creating something for the community, I'm cap.
Right.
That's not holding myself accountable.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I don't care about the bitches and the designer and I gotta have that Azul in my snap every 5 seconds. I don't care about that. That shit don't matter.
Right.
Because in 30 years, kids are gonna be putting whatever I create in their Snap store or whatever social media is. That's what matters. That's what matters, right? That's what matters. It's like, yo, it's real grassroots stuff, and it's not easy, right? Well, it's simple, but not easy, right? But that's fine. But that's fine. If we have to do the groundwork, right? And not really the groundwork. If we have to be the generation to really like slingshot this shit, yes, we're gonna have kids. So yes, that's more important.
I think we're already seeing the shift
yes
within our
yes,
kids now.
yes,
And I
absolutely,
think
bro. They already just like, yo, this is stupid. It is. It absolutely is stupid.
a lot of people were concerned about technology being a big issue with kids growing up. And it's like the only thing that, I mean, I see the attachment to it, but other than that, it seems like kind of a benefit, right? It seems like people have more accessible at their hands to be able
Yeah.
to question.
Yeah.
So it's like these
Yeah.
young kids that are coming up are tough. Like especially my niece and nephew, the way that
Yeah.
the way that they think is not ways that I thought. So
Bro,
I already know.
my cousin is 13. He talking about some, yo, my dad won't let me buy Bitcoin. I'm like, up, he already knows. Who the hell told him about Bitcoin?
Right.
But he already knows what it is. He already knows what's going on. So I'm like, so that's why I be trying to get his mom to be like, yo, let him talk to me more. I'm only going to help him. But she's more of the old fashioned, you gotta do what I say because I know what's best.
Right.
But the reality is, our generation of parents absolutely do not know what's best because we're entering a whole new age that they've never seen before.
Yeah, that goes back to the bitterness is because you didn't have this opportunity. Like, look, I'm on live with you right now. Like, you didn't have that opportunity, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the older generations. You didn't
Yeah.
have this opportunity, so you can't bash technology as a whole. Like, I already have a better advantage than you did, but you don't got to hate me for it. You don't got to scrutinize for me.
And I'm using that advantage to give back to us.
Right.
We all on the same team. Like
Right.
you have something in your head that I'm not even thinking. I'm thinking
Right.
teamwork. I'm not thinking I'm better than the next generation. First of all, that's supposed to happen. Get over yourself.
Right.
Our kids are going to be smarter, more intelligent, more talented than us.
But
why? Because we're their parents.
They
It's
try to
that
paint
simple.
this. They try to paint this image, and I'm not going to say it's not entirely correct, but that we're going to be too dependent. That we're not. Our memorization and our social skills aren't going to be strong. That's kind of the some of the things that the older generation were saying about being this technological era, and that's where the bitterness lies. Like, bro, I can make money on this phone, and you had to work for nickels. I'm like, I'm sorry,
Wait, but even with that, our social skills are going to be hindered, but you still can't communicate with us effectively.
Exactly.
So that's cap. Right? Now, I don't know if my mommy's still here. I mean, she understood it later. Now, my mom's not here. But she used to say, because I used to play Xbox, right? Xbox Party, Modern Warfare 2 days. They're like, yo, go outside, blah, blah, like socialize. Now, I didn't know how to articulate it to them, but I'm like, I'm in a party with 8 people.
Right.
Accomplishing an objective in a teamwork environment where I have to be solution-based.
And
I'm socializing.
And it's using your cognitive functions as well.
Bro, it's literally a known fact that people who play video games are better at problem solving. Why?
And
because
creative.
the game is a problem. So
Right.
to beat the game, you have to keep solving what problems?
The game
Why do you get a game? To beat it.
The game itself is creative as well too. The game itself is creativity. It's masterminds. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a fact. And it's like, but now look, I'm like, I can talk to go because and when I was in Modern Warfare 2 days, I was in a party with people from across the country. I had
Right.
a friend from Texas, Pennsylvania, California. So I was already because of video games, the technology opened my mind literally, but they're so used to it being right in front of them, they couldn't necessarily understand. And that's why I was like, yeah,
But
but look now.
think about how limiting that is to you because you're only accustomed to what's around you.
And that's why
So,
I ain't listen to them.
so it's like if you only know what's in front of you and what's around you, and you can't tap into something else, and it's like you're just a product of your environment. You're really nothing else but that. I'm sorry I have the capability to expand from a button, right? How is that such a terrible thing? How is that hindering anything?
Look, and I mean, it don't matter, but just because I've opened my mind and brought from different cultures too. I love different cultures. Like I have a tweet. I went on a little rant saying like, bro, I never want the tourist experience to visit somewhere because that's not it. I
Right,
want to get. That's why I want to go. My man's. I want to go to interact with him because I want to experience it with him. I don't want to book a trip because they're not gonna. I'm not gonna have the proper appreciation. Like I want to sit there and go to this culture, take what I like, go to this culture, take what I like, boom, 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 mesh it, do all this other stuff because that's what. Why not? That's the beauty about the world we live in. You feel what I'm saying? And
and
even
yeah,
looking at a culture through a screen, it's not the same,
right,
right? And it's so funny, right? Because and me, you, KP, we know. Is K still in here? We know it's like, bro, so many people preach that we went to high school with, but never left the town that they grew up in.
right.
Never went away to college.
That's
So it's like, how
that's most
open-minded
people.
are you?
That's
Like
most
you've
people,
never lived anywhere else. You've been partying with the same people for the last 20 years of your life. Like how open-minded are you? You feel what I'm
bro,
saying?
bro,
It's
bro.
like,
But if you can
come
make it
on
in New,
now.
but if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, though, right?
And that's cat because that shit don't even matter.
Right,
That shit, look what we're on right now. That whole making a new look, my dad, I was talking to my dad, right? And he goes, yo, back in the day, you had to go to Metropolis, right? And I said, and it's funny because you can create a Metropolis on your phone. Somebody that has 130,000 followers, that's a small city that they now have access to. So instead of going to Metropolis, you create it on your phone, and now you could be in fucking Mississippi being a millionaire off e-commerce.
right,
That's dope. What you
right,
mean? This is great. This
right.
is great. So all that, yo, it just I go to New York. I love New York. New York is a dub, bro.
It
It's
is.
already built. It's a dub.
And
Like
people and
no,
people from New
right.
York think that being from New York is a personality trait.
And it's dead not, bro.
And
It's
and,
like
and,
nigga,
and if it is,
you're
and if it
aggressive and
is
miserable. Good job.
if
Like
it is a
what?
personality trait, it's a bad one.
It's a terrible one. It's bro. Just think about it. And I mean, we potted. You feel me? We got it. We got deep into it, but just the normal New York relationship is the epitome of a toxic relationship.
Right.
That's what it is.
That's where
It's like you see some toxic shit on the timeline. You're like, yeah, yo, they from New York until they start talking.
yeah.
That's the first thing you're thinking.
Well,
First thing you're thinking.
anytime toxicity is put on a pedestal and is projected as some kind of like aesthetic, bro, take me to fucking an Amish farm in Pennsylvania. I'm good.
bro,
I'm out to the mountains. We out.
bro, I'm sitting here like, yo, oh my god, right, yo, because even Katie, I don't know if Katie's still here, but she was like, even Katie's here, the bad bitch filter, personality trait, hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm a bad bitch because I act a certain way. Like, what? Huh? Like, yo, bro. Like, yo, wait, what? Stay out of women's business. Y'all putting it out in the street. What are you talking about? Entanglement, yeah. Nah, New York went crazy with the entanglement. Even that's cap. That was a perfect example of a woman not taking accountability.
Right.
Instead of her just saying I fucked up, she said it was an entanglement
It
because it happened to be correct, the correct term.
it's
It's like,
literally
all right, bro.
it's literally how most things operate. It's one person being narcissistic, who's self-absorbed, manipulating, and then after being caught manipulating, not taking accountability.
Boom. Yeah. Yeah, no, we all went to the same high school, Day. Facts. The last three comments. Oh yeah, let me see. We'll do something. Everywhere is different. To be honest, it's better to experience. Yo, and it's funny too, because even people say New York got the best slang. I can't say that. I think DC has a valid slang. It's beautiful. I
I
love
hate
DC
New York
slang.
slang, bro. I hate that shit.
Because it's mad aggressive. That's why. You just want to vibe. Like it's like
Facts.
yo vibes, man. You feel me? You would do your thing and wait, have you been to California?
No, I haven't.
Nah, yeah, and you it's just because it's vibes. Me personally, I'm just like I'm just with learning new stuff. Like I'm good wherever.
Facts. You could put me anywhere, and I'm gonna get mine.
Hey, Adra, is Adra in here? Because she asked me a yeah, she is. Adra asked me a beautiful question, right? And I think my answer was beautiful too. She goes, so do you have a place where you feel home? And I said, well, I forgot exactly what I said, but the concept was home is within me, so I'm gonna be valid wherever. You feel
Right.
what I'm saying? So like I'm home. So everywhere could be home to me. Like home is several places to me.
Right.
I don't have a home. I'm the home. So wherever I go is home. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
And
tough.
it's like and that's like creativity, being open minded. Cause you know, it's like, yo, people don't want to leave New York because that's home. It's like, bro, everywhere is home. You're a human being on earth. Everywhere on earth is home. It is what it is. It's like if you're not open minded enough to even understand what I'm saying, then it's like so then it went over your head. You'll get it when you get there. Once you're authentic, you bring it with you. Exactly. It's like, yo, just show me. All I need to know is show me how shit work. I'll figure it out. I'm home, but I know certain areas, just like going to certain hoods. It's like, yo, we don't do that over here. It's like respect. Y'all, you feel me? Just show me how shit work. I'm gonna respect where y'all from, and I'm gonna go. But that's it. That's it. Part four? Nah, I don't know. I mean, we can do part. I don't really have anything. I don't have anything.
We're running a little bit past 11. Just a little
A little
bit.
bit past 11.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Um.
I
Yeah.
actually,
Nah. I mean.
I actually had some that I wanted to ask you as well.
Oh. Oh. On the live or later?
Yeah, yeah, no, on the live.
Okay. Yeah. Do your thing.
Right.
Facts. Nah.
Well,
KP outside. Facts. Everybody's
yeah, shout out
comments
to
are
everyone in the
great.
live
Yeah.
because
Everybody that stayed all four parts. Yo. Trust like. But y'all already know what it is. That's why
right.
y'all stayed. You feel what I'm saying? But like, nah.
It's
Y'all
still
are super
crazy though.
appreciated.
It's still
Yeah.
crazy to
OD.
appreciate it because
OD.
that's
Bro. Like.
that's like watching a movie, really, right?
Bro. We was on live for. We had 3 lives, bro. That's 3 hours.
I hope I hope people left with something valuable as well.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. And by the way, this is our like goal. The goal was to people leave with something valuable that can, change their life, help them with something. You feel what I'm saying? That's why we oh wait, okay, ask the question because we got 2 minutes left. We gotta connect. Okay, I got you, Hector. You said you gotta ask me a question. We got a
Yeah.
minute 46 left.
All right. So, how do you feel about buying art and your friends' art? Because I know you feel strongly about it, and I want to give you like the next couple minutes to talk about it.
How do I feel about buying? Damn, that's a good one.
Supporting someone's, I like to use buy art better than supporting someone's brand or business, right? Because like I know,
Okay. So art in all forms,
right?
not just like canvases. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I'm with it. Nah, my whole. So since I want to be one of the most positive influences in the world, my goal is to only be wearing my friend's stuff. That was I cooked up that concept maybe like 3 4 years ago. Because it just makes sense. It's
Right.
like it's not too many people like anything that I'm wearing right now. I can call the person who made it. That's elite.
Right.
Nobody here can call the person the Gucci. They can't call Fendi. They can't call none of them people.
I think it's also really interesting. Like I recommend everyone here to not maybe if it's not even if it's not an article of clothing or whatever, but actually buying art because the piece itself is transcendent. Like if you're not really a creative individual or you're not really much into it, like if you look, it's important to have art around you. It's
Yeah.
important to see what goes into it because it
Mhm.
really can transcend you creatively and can really open up parts of your brain. Like I've noticed that from a couple of people, a couple artists, right? So just I just want to really emphasize being able to buy people's art, and not only if you like it or whatever the case may be, but it's like the piece, the piece itself